welcome to Salt House, and thank you for joining us for worship. Please know that you are very welcome here.
Salt House is a community that celebrates the love of God revealed to us in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus.
And it's because of this love that we're committed to the radical inclusion of all people and the necessary work of anti-racism.
So no matter how we feel,
what we believe,
our ethnicity or physical ability,
whether our disability is visible or hidden,
our gender identity, gender expression, or sexual orientation,
what we've done or what we haven't done,
whether we have doubts or questions or think we have all the answers.
We are all welcome, valued, and able to participate fully in the life of this community, no matter what.
No matter what. No matter what. We believe Jesus loves and welcomes all people, and we strive to do the same.
So whether you're worshiping from home or here in the room at Salt House, take a deep breath, settle in, get in touch with your heart, mind, body, and spirit as we worship together.
Good morning, Salt House.
Good morning.
The sun came out, fall is in the air, and it's a beautiful day to worship together. Let's stand as you're able to sing together. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, I worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, I worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. You're rich in love and You're slow to anger. Your name is great and Your heart is kind. For all Your goodness I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul,
Thank you. All right, friends. Good morning. Welcome to worship this morning here at Salt House. So glad that you are here, whether here in the room or joining us online. Hello and welcome. Man, we are glad you're here and we want to know that you're here. So we have a few ways you can kind of check in and let us know that. There's a little clipboard there at the end of the rows. If you can grab that and pass it down, fill it out. Also a great place to let us know if you want to have coffee with one of the pastors, another member of our community, or if there's an update for your email address or anything like that. So do check in. Folks online, go to that bulletin page for more info, as well as just be sure to comment and let us know that you're here. And let's just be a place to engage together. Yeah, hey, welcome. Good morning. Yeah, I love it. Man, so as we just show up in the space together, we like to take a moment to check in with ourselves and with one another through our welcome question. And so today's question is this: what's the most beautiful sound you've ever heard? So think about good sounds. What's something you've heard that's been real good that comes to mind for you this morning, okay? So we're going to find someone that you did not arrive here with, introduce yourself, and then just take 2 minutes to share together about good sounds that you have heard. Folks online, I want to see those comments too. All right, on your mark, get set, go. Salt House. What's coming up for you? Yeah, what'd you get? Oh, the Choir of the West from my alma mater, PLU. I did not plant you at all. That was, but ditto. I would. Amazing sound. Yes, I love that. Thank you. Other sounds. What have you heard that's stirred you that you love? What's that? Sound of rain. Ellie had the same response. I said, yes, good call. Yeah, love that. Sound of wind. The sound of the wind. Yeah. The sound of Railroad Creek at Holden Village in the Cascade Mountains. Specific sound. I know that sound. The sound of coyotes in the morning. Nice. I'm trying to decide if I would love that or not. But I think I would. I think you're right. I think that'd be really powerful. The ocean beach, yes. So good. We were at a concert last night, Indigo Girls and Amos Lee. I'd never heard Amos Lee, but Amos Lee closed his set with End of the Road by Boyz II Men, if you're familiar. And we just went bonkers. And I just was like nostalgic music, I think, has like a certain yes, like it pulls you back to that place. And anyway, so that was fantastic. Thank you. What good sounds, right? That was really, really good. Thank you. Oh, friends, well, we're just getting started with the goodness. We have a great morning ahead of us. Pastor Ryan's going to kick off our new sermon series that's going to lead us through the rest of the fall. We're going to sing, share in Holy Communion. We're going to pray for this world. And all of it is just an invitation to soften and open into our God who holds us. And if you're new today, special welcome. Just know that you are able to participate as much or as little as you want to and are able to, that this is just an open space for you to be a part of, okay? So friends, I invite you to stand as you are able, to feel your feet on this ground in this place. We are here. We are nowhere else but here together, and this is good. So friends, I invite you to close your eyes, roll your shoulders back to feel your body here in this place as we pray. Martin Luther said, "We are not yet what we shall be, but we are growing toward it." We are growing toward it. And God, we hear this as such a word of promise for this moment, that we gather here now, drawn by you into all that is possible in our lives and in our world. And so we let that stir in us deep hope for justice, for peace, for healing, for belonging and love, and for transformation, not only of our own hearts, but of all that is broken and oppressive and destructive in our world. So we are here to grow toward it together. So bless us now, even as you meet us fully as we are on the journey, and we say thank you for that, but we feel drawn into you, into the heart of God as we worship. Amen. I want to dismiss our kids also to go with Rachel to Sunday school, where you get to grow and be drawn towards God together too.
I know you're hurting, I can see it in your eyes. So pull back the curtain, take off your disguise. Whoever told you it ain't worth a fight? The cross tells a story that'll change your mind. There's only love in the heart of God. No room for shame in his open arms. There's beauty from ashes, so come as you are. There's only love in the heart of God. Come, prodigal children, it's never too late. Run home to the Father, let him clothe you with grace. Bury your burdens, break free from your fear. Step out of the shadows, there's no judgment here. There's only love in the heart of God. No room for shame. There's beauty from ashes, so come as you are. There's only love in the heart of God. No, he's not sitting there shaking his head, writing you off, leaving you lost. No, he's not sitting there shaking his head, wishing he never went to that cross. He's not sitting there shaking his head, writing you off, leaving you lost. No, he's not sitting there shaking his head. He went to that cross. He went to that cross. There's only love in the heart of God.
so good. That is so good. Woo. Hey, everybody. I am Pastor Ryan, if I have not met you yet. You ready? All right. From the very beginnings of Judaism, devout Jews have prayed one specific prayer every morning, every noon, every night of every day. And it was the first word that they heard at their birth, whispered into their ear. And it's the last word that they speak with their dying breath. It was the word given to Moses at Sinai, and it was the prayer that got Daniel thrown to the lions. And it is called the Shema. Will you say that with me? Shema. And so during the next 6 weeks this fall at Saul House, we are going to be studying the Shema in great detail because it is at the very bedrock of the faith of Jesus. And when things are chaotic, as they are now, we need something just as solid as the Shema to ground us, for us to stand on, okay? So you can find the Shema in Deuteronomy 6:4, and we're going to read it together. It's on the screen. Are you ready? Do we have Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. You guys aren't reading with, sorry. You read from right to left. Nobody? Nobody wants to read with me. Okay, let's try it together in English this time. Ready? You got it? Yeah, there it is. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord alone. And as for you, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. That's it. That is the Shema. It's pretty short. But in those brief few lines, Jesus says that all of it, all Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job. I'm going to do it all. I just want you to know right now, I'm going to do it all. Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah. And I know that some of you are doing a little jingle in your head right now. I know which ones they are too. Okay, some of you are doing a little jingle. Don't think I didn't know that. Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, Jesus said that all of the Torah, all of the prophets hang on this single command of God to love. Love God, love others. And Paul echoes Jesus in Romans 13 by saying, love fulfills the entirety of the law. That's it. Now, that's pretty simple, I think, right? That's pretty simple, right? That is, until you try and do it. Has anyone ever tried to love God with their whole heart before? It's pretty hard. Has anyone ever tried to love someone else as you would yourself? That is really hard. The Shema is far easier said than done. So that means in the next 6 weeks, we're barely going to get into this prayer. But each week, we're going to do a deep dive on a different key word, like love, or Lord, or heart, or soul, or strength. And this week, we're going to start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start with Shema. Are you ready? A couple of you. All right. Well, let's go. Some of you might remember this. What does Shema mean in English? We're starting from the very beginning. Did I mention that? It means to listen, to hear. It's the first word of this prayer. Hear, O Israel. And this word is used throughout the Hebrew scriptures. Sometimes it's just used to describe, one of the 5 senses. Like in Proverbs 20:12, it says, ears that shema, eyes that see, the Lord has made them both. But this word is also used to mean a lot more than just like, vibrations hitting your eardrums. it can be a prayer asking God to both hear and act on our behalf. Like Psalm 27 says, "Shema my voice when I call, O Lord. Be merciful and answer me." So this isn't just a prayer saying, "Hey God, would you do some active listening with me? I'd really like to feel heard by you." That might be good technique for your therapist, but the psalmist is asking God to both hear and respond, to do something about it. And that's getting closer to what Shema means in the prayer that we're looking at, the prayer of the same name. Repeatedly, God says things like this in the Exodus story. "If you Shema me fully and keep my commandments, then out of all the nations, you will be my treasured possession." So we can see that listening is the same thing as keeping the covenant. Because to Shema is to both listen and obey. In fact, in Hebrew, there's not a separate word for obey. Do you know this? You know, meaning like to carry out the will of someone who is in authority over you. There's not a separate word. So you either do or you do not. There's no try. I think that's in Deuteronomy. Is that in Deuteronomy? I think so. Yeah, it is. So if you want to say, "I will listen and I'll do what you say," you just use one single word to say that. Shema. And Shema is how we love God wholeheartedly. Love looks different in different relationships, right? So love for a spouse looks different than love for a friend or love for a parent or love for a child. The same goes for loving God. The way one loves God is to Shema, to listen, to trust, and obey. And that's why later on, when the people break the covenant with their one God, the prophet would say things like, "They've got ears, but they're not listening. They're not shemaing." I was told this story when I was young. I was talking with some other folks, and they were told a similar story. I think theirs didn't have to do with, I'll tell you that at the end. I don't want to spoil the story for you. But there's variations. I'll just say, I think this was popular among parents at one time, and there's variations on this story. It involves a father who told his son, "Now, son, when I tell you to do a thing, I want there to be no space between the hearing and the doing of that thing. We're not going to have any complaining. We're not going to have any whining, no negotiating. I'm not going to give you a countdown. I'm not going to tell you 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 3 3/4. You understand?" And the boy said, "Yes." Because the boy trusted his father. And the father would never break the trust of the boy. The father always did what he said, and the father said what he did. So the boy could trust that the father was good and would always take good care of him. Okay, well, one day, while the father was fixing a fence, he looked up, he saw that the boy had wandered off, and he went out to find him. And seeing him a ways off, discovered that the boy was standing right in the middle of some train tracks. And a train was barreling down right behind him. There was not a moment to spare. The father yelled out, "Son, lay down!" And the boy, without hesitation, immediately laid down on the tracks while the train roared over top of him. And when the father got to the tracks, he found the boy unharmed. And this is what it means to Shema. There's no separation between the hearing, the trusting, and obeying. They're just one thing. They're one thing. So I want to ask you to check in with yourself. Just observe as you've been listening right now. Observe what happens in you when you hear this word obey. It's a triggery word, right? Right? Everybody's self-soothing right now. Our impulse is to rebel. I am not going to obey anyone I discovered just recently that our the Marsh family crest, our motto is, "I will serve no one." Wow! There's a story there, isn't there? Well, that's the pastor you got, sorry. Or our impulse is to defend ourselves. I am good. I'm good. I'm always good. So just observe what happens in you. Like, it can give you some really good information about you, about where you're at. We see this in really trivial things, don't we? This morning I was driving in my car, and my car was yelling at me to put on my seatbelt, and I was like, I don't wanna. And it was like, beep, 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 I don't wanna. And my spirit was like, why don't you wanna put on your seatbelt? And I was like, because the car's yelling at me. Besides, I'm not hurting anyone. And my spirit was like, okay, but you're responsible for a lot of people, and you need to survive if you get hit by a car. And I was like, okay, fine. And my inner rebellion, it's that easy to be exposed. It's so easy. I don't want to have any authority over me, and that includes God. And what that really means is that I don't trust God. I don't trust that God's authority over me is good. And my obedience is in direct relationship to my trust in God. Do you know that? They're related directly. Okay, so how do we practically do this? I just want to give you a couple just quick tips here. Try this. If you're interested in shemaing, try praying at regular times. And may I suggest, try getting up early and give God the first hour of your day. You might want to do this when you do that. Ask God, what do you want to say to me? What do you want to say to me in this first hour that I give to you? And then listen, just like literally listen. Be expectant in your listening. With all your senses, with all your spirit, listen. And number 2, read the Bible in that time. And try starting with the Psalms. Try praying the Psalms in first person. And listen for what God is saying to you in your particular circumstance. You have a particular circumstance that you're bringing to God in that time of prayer. And then tell God that, okay, whatever you say, I'll do that thing. And then go about doing it. Right? It's so simple. I know it sounds dumb when I say it out loud, how simple it is, but it's not easy. It's the hardest thing. It's the simplest thing, and it's the hardest thing to Shema. I've been really surprised how many people have been asking me about how to pray lately. And if you want kind of a how-to single sheet, let me know. I can hook you up after service, okay? So let me reassure you that I know that everything that I'm saying right now sounds very old-fashioned. There is nothing like creative and fresh or sexy, this kind of like sexy, progressive reimagining of the Bible. Nothing that I am saying is any of those things. And yet I know it's true. I know it's true. About 20 years ago, when I first became a pastor, I was a part of the emerging church movement, and we do all these things that were like shocking and different for different sake. And at that time, I met this older pastor in the neighborhood, and he asked me if I would help him move some pews. And so we were working together, and as we were working together, he was whistling this old hymn that sings, trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus than to trust and obey. And in my youthful arrogance, I